super depressed.
Oh no, I feel awful. You invited me on your show and I depressed you. I'm so sorry.
Are you?
Why? Don't be depressed.
It's depressing. It's horrible. The conservatives have no standard for behavior in this country.
It is very depressing for him because like he's by himself. No one actually believes what he believes. Trump won.
Well, at this point, I think people just see what they want to see, and I think that.
How come you want to see it?
I'm willing to see things because one, I'm lucky enough to not have a political community anywhere. I'm literally just all on my own.
Yeah. Why are you all alone? There's a reason why you're all alone. And then you're like crying about like, oh, why don't other people have the same view as me? I think the problem is you and your worldview.
So I don't get paid by Russia like Tenet Media did, or like Dave Rubin or Tim Pool, any people were there, and I don't have like a big allegiance to any particular like political community, basically. Yeah.
He's so mad at the Tenet Media thing with Tim Pool. He's so mad. He brings it up every time he gets the chance to. Oh, there's another video we gotta watch. That's why I'm blowing through this at like 1.5 speed. So if it's a little hard to understand, like, let me see. Can I do let's do 2 times speed. This is gonna be insane though.
Because Trump did actually create consensus around a lot of issues, but it's not.
To be clear, Donald Trump was not popular. He never exceeded 50%. Trump had no policies. What are we talking about?
How can you say that? I mean, he implemented executive order after executive order. He was extremely effective on trade, on immigration.
He wasn't effective on trade or immigration. That's not true. What are you saying? Wait, how was he effective on trade? He failed miserably at trying to bring any of the Chinese manufacturing jobs to the United States. That took the CHIPS Act from Joe Biden.
All right, I'll just give you one example. Tariffs on steel and aluminum. He imposed.
Like, you guys can understand that, right? It actually is not. Like, I can kind of understand what they're saying. I'm absorbing 98% of what they're saying, but I really have to focus. It
was a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum.
But if this is too fast, like, let me know.
All of the economists said, oh, this is going to explode the cost. No one's going to be able to build anything. No one's going to be able to buy anything, blah, blah, blah. But Trump said, you know what? The average, he didn't say this, but the rationale behind it was, the average steel worker makes $88,000 a year. Most of them are working in the South. So these are like right to work states. So these are not even union jobs, okay? 88K, solidly middle class wages in a lot of states in the South. We're going to protect this. Like, why would we flood the market with tons and tons of cheap Chinese, steel and aluminum? We're going to protect our
just a quick thing. So I'm looking at steel production figures, and I don't see this moving in any positive direction, basically, at all under Trump. It's about the same as it was under Obama, so I don't believe that. Number one. Number two, the reason...
That's exactly the point. He protected it from going down.
It wasn't going down. It was... It was...
He put the... Okay. I don't know what you're looking at on your screen, but... All
right, let's just go back to... Yeah.
No,
you also have to... Can
I just finish this? Let me just finish. Sorry. Because, it did actually...
Okay, so, like, after listening to that, after listening to 2 times speed and going back to normal, like, listen how... Look at... This is so slow.
Price for steel and aluminum did go up a little bit because right after he imposed the tariffs, 25% tariff has a really big impact. The price did go up for about 4 months. And then it went right back to where...
Yeah, I can't listen. It's just too slow. It's just too slow. We're gonna go back to 1.5.
It was because internal free market capitalistic competition within the U.S. between steelmakers brought that price right back down again. And that's exactly what you want. I mean, that's what an America First policy would look like. It would be something that, protects the labor of the American worker from cheap foreign competition. And that was 100% a Trump. And, if you talk to economists, sometimes they'll...
You understand that, like, we can't manufacture everything in the United States, right?
That's not what she said. And thank you for the straw man argument. Like, bro, what? When did she ever say or even suggested that, everything should be built here? Like, where are you going on? Like, what? Like, you're just jumping from topic to topic. He's literally just jumping from topic to topic. And then he's going to criticize her at the end of it and, like, talk about the guys, like, the noobs over here when she's not debating her anymore. And when, I guess his name is Josiah or whatever, comes into, like, the chat, he's gonna, like, basically saying, oh, she's been jumping topic to topic. And I'm like, bro, when did she ever say that? And why are you jumping to that? Like, he jumps to conclusions, and then at the end of it, he thinks that she was the one that's been jumping to conclusions. I should probably breathe more.
We can't manufacture everything, but we were manufacturing much more in 1971.
First of all, wait. Why would we want to manufacture base level material when we can put together more sophisticated products? Why would we think it's, like, good for the economy to tariff, like, basic products when we could be...
I think it's really good for an economy to have men doing jobs that don't require a college degree making $88,000 a year on average. Like, that's just a very good...
True. Just because it's, like, a really basic, like, thing to do, if you're getting paid $80-something thousand a year for that, like, who cares? Like, bro, if people are getting paid tons of money to do very basic stuff, that's a good thing. Like, because, like, you could produce a lot more very basic jobs than you can produce the physical, more complex jobs. Like, you could produce a lot more basic jobs than you can produce complex jobs. Yeah. I think that's
because
true.
we
then in
want
that
more
case-
people to be middle class, and so it turns out those jobs are middle class jobs.
But then
We
all
wanna
of those
keep
people
them
are also, first of all, not so you're talking about one small sector of the economy that they employed, right? To whoever's working in steel manufacturing. That's gonna
And now he needs to discredit it because like she made it like a really good point, and now he's like, well, you know what? Let me just like discredit like what she's saying right now, and by saying, oh, it's actually just a tiny little subsector. Like whatever, who cares about this? I'm like, bro, you're the one that brought it up in the first place, and now you're just gonna be like, nah, you know what? Let's just who cares? Who cares? It doesn't even matter. It's a tiny subsect.
to make every single thing more expensive that has
I
these
just
products
told you
in
it
it.
actually didn't do that. It actually did not have that impact because the price of steel then leveled off. So it did go
If
up
it doesn't
about
make, then
400.
why were we importing it if it wasn't cheaper?
Well, here's the thing about tariffs that people don't realize is like when you, it's actually very important to, very expensive to get something from one place to another.
Wait, then why did people import it? Why didn't we just make it in the U.S. originally?
Why did they ship the jobs overseas to China in the first place?
Yes.
The labor in China is much cheaper.
Yeah, so it was cheaper to produce it over there. So if we tariff that and produce it here, it's going to be more expensive.
Well, no, because we don't have to transport it here. There's a lot of recovered costs.
Then why did we ever export it to China?
You really would have to ask the manufacturers why they did that. I think a lot of them were selling it to China. They were selling it, not to America. They were selling it around the world globally. I mean, there's a lot of companies that are like so invested in China that they're. You look at Apple, for example. Apple is more like a subsidiary of the Chinese Communist Party at this point than it is like an American company because it's completely under the thumb of China.
Wait, do you think Apple has that problem more, or do you think TikTok has that problem more?
TikTok for sure, but Apple is, it's getting close. They give them all the data that they want from dissidents. It's really terrible. Why are you a person who thinks that TikTok is dangerous?
I think it's concerning. No, I think it's concerning.
We agree on that. I have to go in 10 minutes, but I want to end on a nice note. Can we talk about things we agree about again?
We don't agree.
Better about
I don't
this.
feel better. I don't feel good.
Why do we agree on Israel and disagree on this? Like,
we don't agree on Israel. I promise you, we don't agree on Israel.
Really? Why?
Absolutely not.
How are
Because
you
I think
so
that Israel.
Oh, bro, he's gonna. Actually, no. Twitch actually likes this because Destiny's purposely gonna give like the worst take possible on Israel Palestine and basically trash Israel, and Twitch likes that. So you know what? let him say what he's gonna say. I'm gonna clip him right here. Like he's being contrarian. He's literally just gonna be contrarian just to prove the point that he's that we don't agree. Oh, we don't agree on anything.
Israel
Like he's
100%
mad
voted
right
the
now.
October
He's
7th
actually so
happening by
mad.
Foolishly and arrogantly assuming that they could kick the Palestinian problem can down the road forever and inflame those passions by moving the embassy to Jerusalem, by continuing to illegally annex and expand settlements in the West Bank without a permanent ceasefire or a permanent settlement agreement in place with the Palestinians, and by trying to do more and more bilateral peace agreements through the Abraham Accords while also continuing to ignore the Palestinians. I think that there was an incredibly arrogant decision by Israel to do so, and I think they did it to the harm and the detriment of the country.
I think it's a very legitimate point of view. I mean, it's not mine, but it's totally legitimate.
Okay.
How come you think how come you're able to see the anti-Semitism and so many other people can't see it?
Well, at this point, I think people just see what they want to see, and I think that.
How come you want to see it?
I'm willing to see things because one, I'm lucky enough to not have a political.
See how he frames it? First, he's like, I think people just want to see what they want to see. And then she's like, well, why do you want to see it? And then he's like, well, I'm willing to actually see it. And I'm like, why didn't you just answer the question like that in the first place? Like, why are you, like, she's asking a direct question to you, and then, well, actually, no, she didn't really, I guess the way that, here, let's listen to that
I
again.
mean, it's not mine, but it's totally legitimate.
Okay.
How come you think how come you're able to see the anti-Semitism and so many other people can't see it?
Oh, okay, I understand. Like, she had a direct question to him, but I guess he only heard the last part of the question, which I guess he answered the end part, basically, was like, and what, like, it was a double question, basically. Why do you see it, and how come other people can't see it? And he only answered the second one.
Well, at this point, I think people just see what they want to see, and I think that.
How come you want to see it?
I'm willing to see things because one, I'm lucky enough to not have a political community anywhere. I'm literally just all on my own. So I fight with leftists, I fight with conservatives.
Yeah, why are you all alone? Like, there's a reason why no one. There's a reason why you're all alone, and then you're like crying about like, oh, why don't other people have the same view as me? Like, bro, I think the problem is you and your worldview. I think that's the issue. Like, oh, I'm all alone, so I don't have other people to like I don't have to placate to anyone, and like that's probably the reason why you're alone in the first place, actually.
I fight with anybody that I want
Like,
to.
that's
and I
a chicken
have
and egg
political freedoms within
problem.
My own community. So that allows me to two, actually like read a bunch of stuff and just develop my own opinion, independent of whoever I'm trying to appease at that particular moment.
Mercenary.
I don't have to worry about that.
You nailed him.
True.
So I don't get paid by Russia like Tenet Media did, or like Dave Rubin or Tim Pool. I need to work there, and I don't have like a big allegiance to any particular like political community, basically. Yeah.
He's so mad at the Tenet Media thing with Tim Pool. He's so mad. He brings it up every time he gets the chance to. Oh man, it's great. Every time he brings it up, I just know he's coping.
Very interesting. It's always interesting when people are swimming against. Do you feel that you're swimming against the tide, or you don't even experience it that way?
I think that the majority of people that say that they are swimming against the tide are just looking to swim along with a different tide, and then they dip their hand to the other one and they pretend they're getting a lot of pushback. It's like a comedian that stands up and goes, I'm gonna make a really edgy joke right now, and then they make fun of trans people. Like, wow, I'm so edgy. It's like, congratulations. Like, you're in a crowd of people. They're all cheering you on.
Where's Neri? I'm wearing a beanie as we speak.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't define my political positions that way, but I'm super depressed.
Oh no, I feel awful. You invited me on your show and I depressed you. I'm so sorry.
Are you?
Why? Don't be depressed.
It's depressing. It's horrible. The conservatives have no standard for behavior in this country. But
I'm
you're
not
okay with
Yeah,
that?
it is very depressing for him because like he's by himself. No one actually believes what he believes. Trump won, and I mean this is before Trump winning, but he was already doomer pilled before Trump won. Like this came out October 21st, 2024. Yeah, he's doomer pilled. He was doomer pilled even before Trump won. Like he just knew. Like actually no, he didn't even know that Trump was gonna win. He thought that Kamala was gonna win. And I made that whole video on like I took like what 12 hours of content and condensed it down to like 6 minutes of all like the funny like key moments when Desi kept saying, guys, we got it in the bag, even though like Trump was like up like what, like he was like 260 something, and the blue bar was like not even over 100 electoral votes yet. I'm like, bro, he's delusional.
Wait.
Oh wait, this was big. This was big.
The conservatives have no standard for behavior in this country. But
I'm
you're
not
okay with that.
conservative. I'm a leftist.
Wait, do you support Kamala Harris in this upcoming election?
I'm still making up my mind. Like there are definitely things that could change.
You're supporting Donald Trump 100%.
See, if she doesn't say I'm supporting Kamala 100%, it's an automatic. You're supporting Trump. True, 100%. Like there's no middle ground with this guy. There's no middle ground. And he thinks he's so smart and smug. He's so smart and he's so smug about it too. Like he is actually smart. Like not even kidding. Like he is smart, but he's smart. I look over there because I thought the camera. He's too smart for his own good. Honestly, well, when I say smart, I mean logical. He's too logical. I shouldn't say smart. I think he's too logical for everything. And he doesn't when he doesn't want to understand when he doesn't want to be sympathetic, it's very easy for him to completely ignore the fact that.
Where's
To
Neri?
give like a good faith
So smug.
argument.
Smug to the maximum.
True.
No, I really am still.
There's no reasonable person that is undecided at this point. It's impossible. Like,
Reasonable.
I really
possibly-
liked her.
There's no reasonable person that's undecided at October 21st, 2024 of whether you're gonna vote for Trump or not. And there's no reasonable person there. Like it's just true. Like what?